Time to get it started. 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 Right now. 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 Right now.
What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray, and this is Christian Hip Hop Now. Well, slightly different format, but same show. 2 weeks ago, I made a name change, and I'm also starting a online blog to go along with this podcast, so I'm very excited. Today, we are going to talk about Lecrae. He did an interview with Track Stars. Shout out to Track Stars for getting this interview. I want to kind of give you my thoughts of this man. And also, I want to talk about the albums that I think were the best albums in the first quarter. That means Paul Russell. We're going to talk about my boy Laurel. We're going to talk about King Alico. We're going to talk about a few albums that I've been checking out, a few singles, and there's plenty more. We also going to get some sports into this, man. We're going to talk about LeBron James and the season that wasn't in LA. So we got a lot to cover. No interviews today, just the way I like it. I want to kind of really give you an hour of Lucky Murray, man. But I got Don Rivco, which is killing in the charts right now with his song No Mask. This is Wait on It. Christian Hip Hop Now.
Would you ride for me? Would you die for me? Oh, only tell the truth if I don't put the lie on me. Oh, and if you the one for me, tell me one more thing. Oh, if I put my trust in you, will you trust in me? Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Teach me patience. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Be my blessing. Wait on it, wait on it. Wait on it, wait on it, teach me patience. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, be my blessing. If I got to run through the fire to get to the one I desire, and if it comes down to the wire, do this for the one I admire. I give you the best of me, if it's really best for you, and I give you the rest of me, if you give me the rest of you. Like, tell me, would you ride for me? Would you die for me? Oh, only tell the truth if I don't put the lie on me. Oh, and if you the one for me, tell me one more thing. Oh, if I put my trust in you, will you trust in me? Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Teach me patience. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Be my blessing. Wait on it, wait on it. Wait on it, wait on it, teach me patience. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, be my blessing. Mi futuro amor, mi vida está real, yo no soy un actor. Sabes que seguiré buscándote por todos lados en este mundo hasta que tú me des la mano. Yo necesito paciencia, el amor es un arte, eso no es una ciencia. El amor es la parte de la vida más bella, practícala con ella si tú sabes que ella es una estrella. Like, tell me, would you ride for me? Would you die for me? Oh, only tell the truth if I don't put the lie on me. Oh, and if you're the one for me, tell me one more thing. Oh, if I put my trust in you, will you trust in me? Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Teach me patience. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Be my blessing. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Teach me patience. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Be my blessing. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Teach me patience. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Be my blessing.
Don Rivco. Wait on it. This is Christian Hip Hop Now. We're giving you the latest news in Christian hip hop, current events, and we may talk a little bit of sports, but you hear the background, you hear the music. This segment is now called CHH Now, okay? Because a name change, here's the quick name change. CHH Today is owned by CHH Today Sports. They mostly do sports and they also cover music as well. And about, I think a year and a half ago, I discovered that. So I really wanted to distance myself away from using CHH Today. That's why I run the CHH Now blog site. I think it's a very awesome thing to do. But we got to get into this. Man, Lecrae just 2 weeks ago did an interview with Track Stars. So if you did not watch the interview, it's about 20 minutes long, and Lecrae gives you straight gems. He gives you a lot of gems, and one thing that him and Emilio did it, I think that Tadashi, they all sat back and reflected on, okay, what have we done in the culture? They gave a bird's eye view from where they started to where they're at now. And Lecrae had a lot of just reflection. One point he made was that he made a lot of mistakes and he didn't have a chance to kind of grow into his own because of the simple fact that he was growing in front of the public eye. And he made a really interesting point. If you remember, I wasn't around Christian hip hop, but I've heard the stories when The Truth and Ambassador, when they had their situation as far as infidelity, Christian hip hop turned their back on those two brothers. That's why The Truth is not really as big as he should be, because it's like once he did that, he never got to the place where he really was. Because if you remember at that time, I think 04, I don't know, I don't remember when it happened, but The Truth was the man. And I'm doing all this research ever since I've been following Christian hip hop. Lecrae's been that man. And Lecrae was like, look, man, I did not want to be that guy. I did not want to be that guy. But they kind of pushed me up there, because he said when we first doing this, we was doing this in front of a urban context. But when CCM picked it up, they was like, yo, we like hip hop too. They kind of took it, morphed it, and changed it. And it kind of elevate a lot of different artists. And I think that with the whole relationship with CCM, I think it's kind of reverting back to like, hey, we don't really like Christian hip hop like that. Kind of, sort of, I don't know. But he made a statement to reflect, like he really wished that he did not say it was corny, it was whack, because it did more harm than it did good. And Emilio said the same thing. And he was like, look, he did not want to tell people, look, I'm not trying to disown my devotion to Christ. I just don't want to be put in the box. And he said he looks up and he see all these different artists just doing their own thing, like disowning their devotion. And the main thing Lecrae was trying to do was like, look, I don't want to be boxed in. But he made a great point about this as well. That's why you need to watch the interview. He says, look, that this is not a thing that he sees that is just so nichey that people won't really mess with it no more. You can't say it's corny because we have gold records to prove it. You can't say it's not whack, but this thing can really grow within itself. And I think that's very interesting, to say the least. And here's why, people, because I've been following Christian hip hop, man, since 2012. I've been doing it since that long as far as music, and I've been covering Christian hip hop about 2 years. I just now, the past year and a half, just really been taking it serious. And I think those comments for me were really helpful in just understanding why, like I'm a big Lecrae fan. Don't get me wrong. I love Lecrae. But I didn't understand at the time, like, dude, why would you like kind of distance yourself away from Christian hip hop? And I think that him realizing, yo, that may have been a mistake, is something that not a lot of people are afraid to do. Also on record, because he was on the interview, his words can be used in different ways and people gonna say whatever. And I know this. But the fact of the matter that he took the time to actually reflect to vocalize it and to say, look, man, I was just doing it and the Lord elevated it. Shows you one thing. It shows you maturity, and it also shows you that, look here, man, we do not know when God is going to take what we have and elevate it to the next level. So this is why I love the interview, man. I really, really love the interview. I love Sean Tanner asks excellent questions. Excellent. And then Ryan Righteous asked excellent questions. I was taken back. Dropped so many nuggets on this thing. I would actually pay, bro. If Lecrae was like, yo, I'm gonna have a sit down, I'm just gonna give you the sauce, $150, $200. I might have to break bread. If it's like $500, I might have to break bread because I want to know this brother's knowledge. I don't want him to put me on. Don't put Christian Hip Hop Now on. Don't put Lucky Murray on. I just need to know your wisdom. So I'm very excited to listen to that, hear that, and to know that, look here, man, I think that we needed that. Man, I'm very excited. Hope you are too. But we're going to get into, after the break, we're going to talk about some albums I'm listening to, man. Please do not go anywhere. This is Christian Hip Hop Now. This is Erica Mason. She has Talks with Loneliness, and this is the record that she made after she was talking with loneliness. Please don't touch that dial. Christian Hip Hop Now.
It's crazy. It's like you wake up only to meet loneliness. I'm afraid to be alone sometimes, and I'm afraid to get outside my mind. I'm afraid of being vulnerable, 'cause what if I can never let you go, yeah? I can't lie, I run sometimes. I be weak for weeks and weeks, them long nights, I can't sleep. I want somebody next to me. That side of the bed is so cold. I'm supposed to give my heart, mind, and my soul. There's someone that I can't see. God, please excuse me. I'm trying to be honest. Seeking you when I feel alone is the hardest. And my heart is just a canvas who is longing for an artist. Brush strokes on my soul. I hope eventually I get the picture. 'Cause I can't crop you out. 'Cause who you are is in the mirror. Go figure, I'm just trying to figure it out. And make 7 figures, but my soul has been in a drought. And I can't make it rain unless I let you rain in my life. And I can't open up my heart unless I had you inside. All I ever really wanted was someone on my side. But loneliness has been the one that's always down for the ride. And I don't always have an answer, so I question your love. And I don't always measure up, but still you say I'm enough. All I ever really wanted was somebody to love. And you've been knocking at my door, but I can't open up. So many mistakes I made, so many of these games I played. I always say I'm complicated, the cover of my real frustrations. I need patience, I need time to rewind to when I was 12. I lost my trust in my mind, my mom I rejected. Emotions felt neglected, trying to let go of these memories and hold on to this necklace that tells me that I'm so worth loving. But why did life do me wrong if I was so worth loving? I think the bigger picture is that you're so worth loving. And you still have my heart, even when I have nothing. And I can't make it rain unless I let you rain in my life. And I can't open up my heart unless I had you inside. All I ever really wanted was someone on my side. But loneliness is not the one coming along for the ride. And I don't always have an answer, so I question your love. And I don't always measure up, but still you say I'm enough. All I ever really wanted was somebody to love. And you've been knocking at my door, so I'ma open it up. At some point, I have to stop trusting in the things that I've used to protect me and surrender to the truth of what God says about me. You know, just because I feel alone, it doesn't mean I am alone.
With so much content whizzing around out there, there's only one storytelling platform that helps you keep calm and stay informed and inspired. Flipboard. Flipboard curates the world's stories so you can be smarter in your work, life, and play. Choose from thousands of topics and personalize Flipboard and get the latest stories from the best publishers and experts delivered to you 24/7. When you see stories that you want to save and share, tap the plus button and add them to private or public collections. It's that simple, people. Used by millions of people every day, Flipboard is how people move themselves and the world forward. Get started now at flipboard.com. That's flipboard.com. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get Christian Hip Hop Now off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all the apps people like to listen? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really, really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. The reason why I personally like Anchor is because, like I said, I have a weekly podcast, Christian Hip Hop Now, and it has allowed me to not only distribute my podcast for free, but it's a great place to host my podcast. And I know that if I don't have the money, because it's free, my podcast will still be on all these wonderful platforms. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray. And I want to inform you that we have a new change in the name of the show. No longer called the Lucky Murray Podcast. We changed the name to Christian Hip Hop Now. This is a new platform, not only as a podcast, but a new blog site for Christian hip hop. So no longer called the Lucky Murray Podcast. The new show is called Christian Hip Hop Now. This is still a show about Christian hip hop, current events, sports, plus interviews with artists. Christian Hip Hop Now is on 8 platforms, including Spotify and Google Podcasts. Again, it's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray. Check out Christian Hip Hop Now. Yes, sir.
Time to get it started. 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 Right now. Time
What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray, and this is Christian Hip Hop Now, where we talk about the latest Christian hip hop news. We talk about some current events, and I also tie into some sports in this, man. So, if you have a topic that you would love for me to touch on CHH Now, please go to luckymurraymusic@gmail.com. That's LUCKYMURRAY music@gmail.com. If you got any topics that you would like to talk about, please feel free to talk about them. I'm going to switch over my Facebook group and make CHH Now, because I want to hear from you, the people. But when we come back, I'm going to give you some albums I'm listening to. I'm going to highlight 3 that I've been listening to this first quarter that really surprised me. I got 3. I'm also talking about some songs and some artists that I feel that is really doing some good things. And we're going to talk about LeBron James and the LA Lakers, man. We're going to talk about some conspiracy. We're going to talk about some people that I think that may fit well with the Los Angeles Lakers. Hey, man, don't miss it. This is Beacon Light. Waste no time. Christian Hip Hop Now.
You see me on the move, I've been on my grind for way too long, for too much time. Yeah. Look, I just need to know hard to find real in a fake world. It's hard to find love with a fake girl. It's hard to find a dude that'll treat you right, but he's still wearing that suit and tie. Oh, that boy a fake. I know God don't make mistakes, but these people out here tripping, driving 90 with no brakes. I don't wanna crowd of lames, I just wanna see the real ones, the ones who got your back when the trash hit the ceiling, yeah. Cause everybody dead when there's money. When it's gone, everybody acting funny, and how they wear their masks and appear so lovely. Everybody cover up they ugly. I'm grinding for that soul life. My text to be on pro type. I'm spazzing with that glow light. Every track is a co-write. If you do not get it, then you don't know who I produce with. Sonic with that ring, kick your tails, no excuses. You see me on the board, I've been on my grind, but way too long, for too much time. Look, I just need to know you all in. I just need to know you all in. I just need to know who's on my side. I ain't tryna waste no time. Waste no time. Waste no time. Who's on my side? Yeah, God. Told you the beginning and the end. This I know, and no one can stand against me. He giving and I go. All my enemies plotting with us deadly. He got me so readily anticipating heavily. Told them they could shoot that. Watch how I don't move back. You can see my haters video and that don't prove that. Talking why they shoot flap. You need to reboot that. Talk behind my back, you run your mouth more than 2 laps, yeah. They tie you through the wire. Break those chains to see Messiah. They out here looking for the real. You ain't gon' find unless you hire. Ain't no THC gon' fix it. This elevation is realer. You gon' look up in the mirror and find that you are a failure. And that junk that is depressing, but everybody failed, it's the lesson. So call on Jesus, he can give you blessing. And maybe he's the one that's asking you this question. Are you real? You see me on the board, I've been on my grind, but way too long, for too much time. Look, I just need to know you all in. I just need to know you all in. I just need to know who's on my side.
That is Beacon Light. Waste no time. This is Christian hip hop now. And this is Lucky Murray. And I am going to talk about albums that I'm listening to right now in Christian hip hop. Man, it's April. The first quarter of the whole year is over. It's done. And there's 3 exceptional albums that I've been listening to that I want to kind of give you guys insight. So the first album I've been rocking with that I think is a dope album, you need to listen to it. He goes by the name of Lil Rel. He released his album in January called The Best Version of Me, Chapter 27. And if this stands, this is my nomination for top 10 albums of 2019. This brother came out back in last year, came out with a pretty big banger on Rapzilla called Look at God. Love the record. It was actually on at the end of the podcast for like almost a good 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? I love the record. But The Best Version of Me, Chapter 27, the album goes stupid. Bro, the album's crazy. So it's a 8-track album, but it's pretty good. It had Word of God. Love that record. Count It All Joy. I love the feature. Love the way he sang on it. Someone Like Me. Dominique Davis was the feature. Don't know who that was, but she was dope. Seasons. Love the record. Hard Body. He kind of gives you that little rappy rap. Amends. Why young? Hey, that Amends junk go hard. Make a Way. Love that record. And Best Version of Me. Hey, this is probably one of those albums. And last year I didn't really have an album like that I could rock with, that I could listen to. And I was really actually feeling. But please check out your boy Lil Rel. Best Version of Me, Chapter 27. And we're going to get into Paul Russell. He just dropped the record, Friday. And this is my favorite record out right now. Hands down, bro, Paul Russell, I did not expect for this joint to be this fire. 5 all day, in my opinion. I done heard the record 2.5 times. So he's going in rotation with Laurel. You might be like, Lucky, come on now. This can't be that good. It is that good, man. Kimbo Slice. I didn't think the brother could go on trap beats. Open Road. Didn't like the record when I heard it as a single, but when it compared to the album, I thought he killed it. Okay, guys. So you like Lucky. Come on now. Okay. You ever had a sandwich? I'm a chef. You ever made a sandwich or something to eat, and it's missing that salt and pepper? Sometimes a dish can simply be missing salt and pepper so that it can make it stand out. I thought this record right here, the Open Roads record, you know, he had Osman Place. I think that's how you say it. Dope record. Renfro, The Rules, Fifth Avenue, Good Things. Gave You the World feature Montel Fish. Montel Fish came on that junk right. Came on that mug right. I think that Renfro record was the record he was talking about his girlfriend on now. Good Things, thought it was dope. Gave You the World. Kalamazoo. When in context, I love the record. I love Kalamazoo. On the record, I thought John Keith had a really good verse. I thought T. Ross the Giant killed it. So Feels Like a Dream, favorite record. So, bro, I didn't think he could do it. And next week, we are going to have the Paul Russell interview. So please do not miss Christian Hip Hop Now. In the last album, I want to kind of highlight King Alico, which was formerly known as K Alico, dropped God Is With Us. And good album. He released it on his new label called Live Loud Empire. And good album. But I want to kind of take a step back and kind of really think about this one real quick, because I thought this album was missing something. I was like, I like the records. I like the songs. I like everything that's kind of going in it. I like everything that's kind of going with it. What's going on? And I realized that as an artist, if you're in a weird space and you try to make music, it kind of reflects in your music. Because when I heard No Strings Attached, I said, oh boy. I said, my God, was crazy. Big old facts. Puppet. Some more. He had a record I think called No Strings Attached too. I was like, yo, it sonically sounds different. And I know that with this God Is With Us record, the mastering could have been a little bit better. And I think that with God Over Money, Bizzle spent some money mastering it, so it sounded differently. But that was good. But you should still check it out. And let me know what you think, man. Those are 3 records that I'm listening to right now. When I go back, we're going to talk LeBron James in the LA. And hopefully Zion goes to Charlotte. Hopeful, wishful, thankful. This is Alicia Wade, Antisocial. CHH now.
Truth be told, I accept it. Cause every time I try to be friendly, man, I always regret it. I may be in this world, but I'm not of it. People so wishy-washy, I'm seasick to my stomach. They do it for the gram, the likes and comments. Catch them in the streets, and they be acting funny. Now why you all up in my face when we all know you fake? No, we ain't got nothing to say, cause we both know you fake. And I don't wanna be no more Mr. Nice Guy, cause I gave it a nice try. I guess I'll be the bad guy now. I really hope it works out. Don't wanna be no more Mr. Nice Guy. that's alright with me. If I ain't worried about you, then don't be worried about me. If I ain't looking for you, then don't be looking for me. If I ain't asking about you, then don't be asking about me. If I ain't calling you, then don't be calling me. If I ain't coming round you, then don't be coming round me. Don't come around me. Now why you all up in my face when we all know you fake? No, we ain't got nothing to say, cause we both know you fake. And I don't wanna be no more Mr. Nice Guy, cause I gave it a nice try. I guess I'll be the bad guy now. I really hope it works out. Don't wanna be no more Mr. Nice Guy, cause I gave it a nice try. I guess I'll be the bad guy now. I really hope it works out. Don't wanna be your homie, cause you're way too phony. Don't wanna be your baby, cause you're so fugazi. No, I don't wanna meet up later, yeah, cause y'all some low-key haters. Yeah. Don't wanna get to know you. I guess that makes me antisocial, yeah.
What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray. And you probably heard me on the Morning Vibes. You probably been following my YouTube channel, or you have been a loyal listener to my podcast, Christian Hip Hop Now. Well, I also can help you with your marketing needs. Need your music review? Do you need one-on-one consultation? Do you need help with getting exposure for your music? I have a platform which I can use to get more listeners and viewers to your brand. If you are interested, please email me at luckymurraymusic@gmail.com. That's LUCKYMURRAY music@gmail.com. Email me and let's talk about how we can partner together so you can have exposure to your brand. Yes, sir. What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray. And if you love hearing me every Friday on Christian Hip Hop Now, you will love my morning show, The Morning Vibes with Miguel on RadioUNT.net. The Morning Vibes is a different morning show. We talk Christian hip hop, we talk current events, we talk interviews from artists and also different people from all walks of life. We are live online on the Roku app and Apple TV. Just type in Radio UNT. Also, we are on the TuneIn app as well. So if you love Christian Hip Hop Now, you will love the Morning Vibes every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. only on RadioUNT.net.
Time to get it started. 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 Right now. 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 Time to get
What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray. This is Christian Hip Hop Now, where we talk about current Christian hip hop news. We talk about some current events that could be mainstream hip hop or anything else, and we talk about a little bit about sports. We also have artist interviews, and next week, please do not miss it. We will have the Paul Russell interview. Okay? We will have the interview. We'll play it because you know why? He has a dope album. We need to interview him and ask him how to pick his brain so Lucky Murray can have a dope album. Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by you. Nah, I'm joking, people. But hey, man, he got a pretty dope album. To be honest with you, he got a pretty dope album. So also, I got to listen to Drew Beck album. I listened to half of it. It sounds good, but I gotta kind of digest it a little bit, because my problem was with artists a lot of times that auto-tunes, sometimes I can't get past it, because like, dude, everybody's listening to auto-tunes. And Miguel had to sit down and explain to me. He said, yo, Lucky, everybody's using it now, so since everybody's using it, it's like a barrier that I gotta kind of get out of my head to enjoy the record. Because if you sit down and listen to the record, it's put together well. And I thought that in God's good timing, thought that was a really dope record. Also, Cannon dropped a single. It was called Good to Go Part 2. And when I tell you that Cannon, the new Cannon, is back. Woo! Cannon was so dope on that record. I'm talking about, he was spitting fast. He was giving you the lyrical. He was giving you that. He was giving you the bars. Oh my God. But, excuse me, Lord. It was so incredible. Guys, if you don't think that I love Christian hip hop, I do, man. I'm excited where it's at. Like I said before, Paul Russell came out of left field with this album. I am speechless. I felt like this is probably the first time I think that Ruslan might have him somebody. I like the Dream Junkies, but I think John Keith is good too. But Paul Russell, I think he took a leap. I think he came from, he was Lou Williams, 6th man, to now he might be most improved player, Derrick Rose. Hyperfitting, chilling in Dallas, don't go no way. CHH now.
I'm chilling down. I thought I saw a signal moon that night that I was in my room. I knew my life was full of gloom and even doom until the day I thought I saw somebody new, but then it turned out to be you, the friend I had back in my youth, my living proof that Jesus saved. Yeah, he saves, alright, look at me, living proof from my roots to the soles of my feet. Yeah, them hoes were for me, and I know one thing, I'ma see them when I die, like I see them every week. Chillin' die. Chillin' die. I was flipping 19 with my hype beams on, chillin' in my feelings like it's my theme song. Run with controversy like my Nikes on, like a sideline song. You know that my side strong side, left side. Yeah, I cried when Gary died. Remember the Titans in my life? Yeah, one of them's my wife. If it hadn't been for Christ, I would've already died. But it beat me to it, cause I blew it since I gave him my life. I'm like 19 with my high beams on, chillin' with my feelings like it's my theme song. Run with controversy like my Nikes on, like a sideline song. You know that my side strong side, left side. Yeah, I cried when Gary died. Remember the Titans in my life? Yeah, one of them's my wife. If it hadn't been for Christ, I would've already died. But it beat me to it, cause I blew it since I gave him my life. I'm like, I thought I saw a signal moon that night that I was in my room. I knew my life was full of gloom and even doom until the day I thought I saw somebody new, but then it turned out to be you, the friend I had back in my youth, my living proof that Jesus saved. Yeah, he saves, alright, look at me, living proof from my roots to the soles of my feet. Yeah, them hoes were for me, and I know one thing, I'ma see them when I die, like I see them every week. Chillin' die. Chillin' die. Yeah. I put my hand on the wheel, then I spill into the next lane. Put my hand on the wheel, then I spill for the thrill and its fame. If you really wanna know my name, it's Hyperfitting. How'd you do it there? Well, I've been smitten with the God of the lesson. I've been listening, now it's time to get it lit. Let's get to kindling. Fire, flame on tap. They've been looking at the rebels like it's a trap. They've been working on the treble, but does it snack once God's on the track? That's a rap. Hey, got God on my grid. Hey, got God and I'ma live. No, I am
the dough. Rate me about the melody, giving praise to the king while I'm raising the streets. And never really been about monetary, but give it time, I'll get the dime. Yeah, give it time, and I'm in line. Yeah. Give it time, and Dallas, Jonas.
I'ma tell all my friends no. Chillin'. Hey, y'all, if you listen to this right now, I'm going to book Hyperfenton to come to South Carolina to perform. I love this record, Chillin' in Dallas. If you don't love it, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're doing. But man, I'm so happy about this rebrand of Christian hip hop now, because I feel like I'm finding my niche. I felt like it took me a year to kind of figure out how I wanted the podcast to go, but I realized one thing, that one, it's difficult work, but two, you can't give up, because every podcast and everything I listened to, it said, yo, you gotta be consistent, and consistent I would be. So this right here, I want to have fun with this, right, people? Hear me out. If you don't know LeBron James, he, how can I say this real quick, people? LeBron James signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Los Angeles Lakers is a team that has a historical history. Championships. The Kobe and Shaq era championship. Before then, it was but. Don't get me wrong. It was like between like 92 to like 2000. That was but. But then Kobe Bryant came back and won some ships. They got Shaq and they won some ships. And then before the 90s, they won some in the 80s too as well. And they haven't made the playoffs in 5 years. So when Kobe retired, LeBron, a few years later, like this year, was like, look, I'm going to LA. The people they surrounded him with, straight trash. And I'm like, okay, when I say trash, these are NBA players, and yes, they can ball, but the type of players that they got surrounding LeBron James didn't make any sense. Rondo. They got JaVale McGee, and JaVale McGee in the scrub. He got 2 NBA rings, you know. People want to make him seem like, oh, he's Shaq King of Fool MVP. Yeah, he kind of do some crazy things, but he's not no scrub. They got Lance Stevenson, Mr. Blow in LeBron James Y'all remember that? I think the Indiana was playing Miami at the time, excuse me. And Lance Stevenson was defending LeBron well, and he wanted to get to the head, so they was like about to do a play or whatever, like start a play. The ball, Miami was going to inbound the ball, and Lance Stevenson, you know, leaned into LeBron James' ear and blowed on it. But he's a teammate. They got Michael Beasley. He's playing in China now. They made all types of horrible roster moves. Didn't surround him with shooters. And they was 4th in the West. So they was well on their way. LeBron James got hurt. Lonzo Ball got hurt. And who else got hurt? Rondo got hurt off and on. But a lot of these players are on 1-year deals. So this team is not going to look the same next year. Matter of fact, I don't think 75% of the team returns next year. But my question to you is, LeBron James is almost in his 17th year. Yeah, he's 30. He'll be 35 in November or December. Later on this year, he'll be 35 years old in his 17th season. How long do you think that this man has before his body starts shutting down? I remember thinking like, dang, Kobe Bryant gonna play till he's like 45, 50. Like, bro was still, he scored 61 in his last game. I thought that he was really gonna do something special. Towards Achilles was not the same player. Is LeBron James one injury away from not being the LeBron James we know? And how much longer do we have in his prime? Now, I don't know. We look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady is somehow, some way, a mummy. Not a mummy, excuse me. I don't know what he's made of, but the way that he's playing at 40 years old is scary. So maybe LeBron James can play at a high level till he's 40 years old, but the likelihood of that happening is slim to none. A lot of players, Father Time has caught up with them. Look at somebody like Vince Carter. Vince Carter can still yam, but Vince Carter's not the Vince Carter he was 10 years ago when he was playing for the Nets. He's not the same Vince Carter the way he was when he was playing for the Raptors. Duncan. So, I think that's going to catch up LeBron James. He may have one more year left. And also, who are the big free agents that's going to come help him? He needs help. There's one speculation that a lot of people have been talking about that I think is kind of true. Your boy Kyrie Irving, Mr. Hey, guys, I'm the appointed leader. Everybody, look at me. I feel like if you have to appoint yourself as the leader, you're not the leader. Somebody come walk in the room, somebody say who's in charge. They should say this brother. And not because of no title or anything else, but it's very interesting to see. So I'm kind of want to watch that story. We may talk about it a little bit more next week, but I am debuting 3 new records. The first one, King Alico just dropped a new album. Guys, with us, I talked about it. Pretty good album. Please check it out. But he has a single that I think is kind of dope. A. Don't go anywhere. CHH now.
Look, I'm coming straight out the whistle like I'm an official. They try to throw dirt on my name, but I'm too official. Straight out the 9, you know I'm a shine on still in my city. Shout out the remainders, we might just be nameless, but bumping it get. Finessing and flexing the blessings, you know how we do it. But not to boast of myself, I just be showing what he doing. I just say thank you sometimes, don't even know what he doing. Whole team ain't good, everybody chewing. I rarely react to my problems, I rock, I let get it. I'm loved by the father, Akuna Matata, I know that he will. Haters, they stay at my neck, just like a hit. But like living since 1997, it ain't no big. I remember trying to make a band, but not like this. I'm talking rats, no Serena or Venus, no tennis. I really came up the harder way, I was pitching them pennies. Fell out, but I got right back in position. High haters, hell, low, did you miss me? Count your blessings, stay progressing. Never let that paper stress you. Hold it together when you under pressure. God first said that he's special. And you gotta believe me, I seen it, I know what he did. And no, you cannot unconvince me, I know what it is. And how many times I gotta remind you I'm his kid. And he won't never let him top me, lost the lead. And I'm good, just like that. From the trap to the church to the hood, and right back, Understood, just like that. They want real, I got real. Big old facts, big old facts, I'ma keep it real, I'ma go there. Fame into your city, I'ma go there. When it's about the kingdom, I say, oh yeah. I say, oh yeah.
I'm just gonna dance on the devil. Look at me slide. Watch out, I'm up in my level. You cannot ride. I'm just gonna dance on the devil. Watch how I whip. You see, she had me a rebel. Caught me a 6, added a ditch. I'm just gonna dance on the. I'm just gonna dance on the devil. All about the bass, no treble. Always on the ground with the pedal to the metal. Only getting better, see the team, we never settle. Hey, I know
keep my distance, she trying to hug. No, she a snake and she looking for blood, so I stand down and die while I cut off a mug. I hear the beating, I two-step all over you. I have no time for your slithering tongue. Don't get it twisted, we enemies. Call out the lies while there's breath in my lungs. I call you out. No Jordan Peele, but get out. Number one tactic is doubt, but I'm screaming Jesus out loud. Go ahead and hear me, I ain't really messing with you, devil. I don't even wanna be in your vicinity. You the reason hope is dying, people still buying your license. Spend a lot of money on it even though you cheat. Had me for a minute, but those minutes ticking out. That's over, in the end you lose, got a front row seat. So when the kingdom come in and you hightail running, I'ma have my camera ready like trees. I'm just gonna dance on the devil. Look at me slide. Watch out, I'm up in my level. You cannot ride. I'm just gonna dance on the devil. Watch how I whip. You see she had me a rebel. Caught me a 6, added a ditch. I'm just gonna dance on the.
I hit the milli rock on any block when I think how my God got the victory won. Maybe I'll shoot, shoot, shoot to symbolize how the enemy's done. Hands back and forth since I'm back with the Lord, and I'm flossing to show that I'm passing this level. I hit the foe, but sinning no more. It's really the way that I dance on the devil. I be in the back bag with the dad hat. Or on drugs, you can pass that. I ain't really with it. I be thinking how his rap had to attack cats, but his song got the last laugh, and I'm laughing with him like he provided a way when he sent his son. If it's your dying day, it better be your repenting one. I'ma put it on my both eyes. So far, I got the most high with it. Gotta regenerate it inside the whole mind, so wise. You ain't really gotta go live with it. See the whole time, low so no, his solo so the source of the voting mo is found when I go to the only place that I know before. Better believe that.
I'm just gonna dance on the devil. Look at me slide. Watch out, I'm up in my level. You cannot ride. I'm just gonna dance on the devil. Watch how I whip. You see she had me a rebel. Caught me a 6, added a ditch. I'm just gonna dance on the
Homie, I dance on the devil. Homie, I came in with several. I be the wolf, that's the vibe. That mean I'm back in my vibe. Homie, I dance like I'm David. Keep an AK in the spray. Walk with the sword like I'm Jason. Walk with the sword like I'm. Hold your horses, amen. Kodak pop on your head. Thank God I ain't dead. All because amen. Fear God in the feds. Fear God, not mad. And the 3s to the lingo. Holla here for the people.
Yes, that is Jay Fish, OG on the devil. This is Christian Hip Hop Now, a podcast about Christian hip hop, current events, and we may throw some sports and interviews in it as well. So for this Lucky Charm of the Week, I want to kind of give you a story. Here's the story. It says, in ancient times, a king had his men place a boulder on a roadway. He then hid in the bushes and watched to see if anyone would move the boulder out of the way. Some of the king's wealthiest merchants and courtiers passed by and simply walked around it. Many people blamed the king for not keeping the roads clear, but none of them did anything about getting the stone removed. One day, a peasant came along carrying vegetables. Upon approaching the boulder, the peasant laid down his burden and tried to push the stone out the way. After much pushing and straining, he finally managed. After the peasant went back to pick up his vegetables, he noticed a purse lying in the road where the boulder had been. The purse contained many gold coins and note from the king explaining that the gold was for the person who removed the boulder from the road. And I want to kind of read that story. It talks about laziness, people. And a lot of people, they want to do great things. Matter of fact, if you sit down and talk to people, and I work with teenagers, I work with kids, and they have these grand ideas about what they want to do. Oh, I want to be a football player. Oh, I want to be a basketball player. Oh, I want to be a professional gamer. But they don't understand that, look, it's going to take a lot of work. And just like this, the king put a boat on the street and sat back and watched to see if anybody's going to move it. There was plenty of people that walked past it. Plenty of people. Nobody touched it. A peasant, if you don't know, a peasant is somebody who's lower than low in the kingdom. They was like, look, he had vegetables in hand. They said he laid down his burden. He laid down his burden to push it, because he was like, look, man, by the time I try to go around this thing, I'm gonna spend more time trying to go around it than trying to push it so I can go through it. And sometimes, guys, you gotta push through it. I hope you enjoyed that. This is J. Paul Sings Let Me, Christian hip hop now.
I wish that I could find the right words to speak, 'cause lately we've been finding that we can't agree. You say I'm stubborn, I storm out, we suffer. How do we recover? Girl, you're my true lover. Been trying to get it right for about a week. The situation's pulling at my inner peace. I can't sleep so hard, I can't leave ya. It's making me weak just to think of you grieving. Now I gotta get right with love, get right with us. This stress is too much, baby girl, I need your touch. I would not be the same without you. Tell me, what can I do? Trying to get right with you, 'cause we've been here a few times, throwing shade and crossing all the lines. The picture ain't the same, girl, if you ain't in the frame. The sun just don't exist without your smile. So let me make it up to you. 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 Let me make it up to you, girl. And I wish that I could take it back to last week, when I said a couple things that I ain't even mean. I lost control, yeah. You know how it goes when we go blow for blow, then we go toe to toe, when we trying to heal the wounds from cutting too deep. 'Cause the dagger did damage to you and me, baby. Got me trying to take cover, but I'm feeling this hunger for your touch and no other. I'm just trying to get under you. Now I gotta get right with love, get right with us. This stress is too much, baby girl, I need your touch. I would not be the same without you. Tell me, what can I do? Trying to get right with you, 'cause we've been here a few times, throwing shade and crossing all the lines. The picture ain't the same, girl, if you ain't in the frame. The sun just don't exist without your smile. So let me make it up to you. 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 Let me make it up to you, girl.
What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray, and I want to thank you for listening to Christian Hip Hop Now. I want to thank you for making this a successful show for Christian hip hop and helping us bring the name of Christ using the platform of hip hop to reach and save the lost. If you made it this far, please feel free to donate to the show to help us continue to spread the message of Christ through hip hop, and also to help us gain exposure for more artists in CHH. Go to chhnow.com and click on donate to get involved with helping growing this ministry. Again, this is the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray. And thank you for listening to Christian Hip Hop Now. See you next time.